Stop what you're doing right now, because what I'm about to share is going to make some gardening experts absolutely furious. What if I told you that spending hours on your knees pulling weeds is completely unnecessary? And here's the controversial part. The garden industry doesn't really want you to know this because they'd rather sell you expensive weed killers and fancy tools every single season. I'm about to reveal 7 strategic plant choices that could eliminate 90% of your weeding chores forever. I'm talking about transforming those backbreaking hours of pulling weeds into peaceful moments enjoying a stunning, virtually maintenance-free garden. Now, I know what you're thinking. This sounds too good to be true, right? But here's the thing. These are battle-tested botanical solutions that experienced gardeners, especially us wise seniors, have been quietly using for decades. In the next few minutes, I'm going to share 7 extraordinary plants that will fundamentally change how you think about garden maintenance. These aren't just pretty additions to your landscape. They're nature's own weed elimination squad, working tirelessly 24/7 to keep your garden pristine while you sit back and enjoy the beauty. Before we dive in, if you're tired of endless weeding and ready for a smarter approach, hit that subscribe button for smart senior gardeners right now. We're building an incredible community of gardeners who work smarter, not harder. Ring that notification bell, because what I'm sharing today will completely transform your gardening experience. Let's jump right in. Plant number 1, lavender, the aromatic shield. Let me start with the crown jewel of weed prevention. Lavender. When you plant lavender, you're not just adding beauty. You're installing nature's most elegant defense system. Picture this. You step into your outdoor space, and you're instantly enveloped by that distinctive, calming fragrance that transports you straight to those gorgeous Mediterranean hillsides. But here's the fascinating part that most gardeners never discover. While you're enjoying that incredible scent, lavender is conducting sophisticated chemical warfare against unwanted plants. The essential oils that create lavender's signature fragrance are actually powerful natural herbicides. These aromatic compounds literally prevent weed seeds from germinating in the surrounding soil. It's like having an invisible protective dome around each lavender plant, silently preventing problems before they even start. Now, some gardening purists might argue with me on this, and I'm okay with that. But lavender's weed-fighting strategy goes far beyond just chemical deterrence. Those distinctive silvery green leaves and woody stems create what I call a living mulch system. The dense foliage blocks sunlight from reaching the soil surface, creating an environment where weed seeds simply cannot establish themselves. The transformation I've witnessed in gardens is absolutely remarkable. I've watched fellow senior gardeners plant lavender borders around their most weed-plagued areas and see complete elimination of unwanted growth within a single growing season. And here's the beautiful bonus. Lavender asks almost nothing in return. A quick pruning after the flowers fade, and you're done for the year. Plus, those gorgeous purple flower spikes become valuable harvests for cooking, crafting, aromatherapy, and natural home fragrance. Plant number 2, sweet alyssum, the living carpet. Now let's explore our second weed warrior, sweet alyssum. While lavender serves as your aromatic fortress, sweet alyssum functions as your secret ground-level weapon. Don't let those delicate-looking tiny flowers in white, pink, or purple fool you for 1 second. This charming ground hugger is incredibly aggressive when it comes to territorial control. Sweet alyssum employs what I consider the most effective weed prevention strategy in nature: complete space occupation. This remarkable plant spreads rapidly and densely, forming what I describe as a suffocating carpet that literally crowds out any competition before it can establish. The evening fragrance of sweet alyssum is absolutely enchanting. As temperatures cool, this little miracle releases waves of honey-sweet perfume that makes your entire garden feel like a romantic retreat. But here's what makes sweet alyssum perfect for us practical senior gardeners. It's virtually indestructible once established. This tough performer laughs at summer heat, shrugs off drought conditions, and actually becomes more beautiful as the season progresses. I especially love recommending sweet alyssum to gardeners who feel overwhelmed by maintenance demands. It's truly a scatter the seeds and forget approach. You simply broadcast seeds in spring, provide some initial watering, and by midsummer you'll have created a fairy tale carpet that prevents weeds while looking absolutely magical. Plant number 3, creeping jenny, the golden spreader. Our third botanical champion is going to completely amaze you. Creeping Jenny, also known as moneywort. This vibrant ground cover is like having a living lawn service that never requires fuel, never breaks down, and continuously improves your garden's appearance while working. Those distinctive coin-shaped leaves in bright golden green create such dense coverage that weeds don't have the slightest opportunity to establish themselves. Creeping Jenny spreads through underground runners that root wherever they contact soil, creating an ever-expanding protective network. Here's something exciting I want to share with our wonderful smart senior gardeners community. Have you experimented with any of these weed-suppressing champions in your own garden? Drop a comment below and tell me which plant has you most enthusiastic to try. I personally read every single comment. Creeping Jenny answers the age-old gardening question. How can I quickly cover large areas without physical strain? This incredible ground cover expands at remarkable speed, with a single small plant covering several square feet in just one growing season. What makes Creeping Jenny truly exceptional is its incredible adaptability. It flourishes in full sun or deep shade, prefers moist conditions but tolerates drought beautifully, and looks stunning trailing over retaining walls. Those bright yellow-green leaves catch and reflect light, creating an almost luminous effect, especially in shadier areas. Once established, Creeping Jenny becomes your garden's most reliable worker. It cheerfully smothers weeds, prevents soil erosion, and creates a lush carpet that feels wonderful underfoot. Plant number 4, mint, the culinary guardian. Now we reach our fourth plant, mint. Yes, that same herb you use for refreshing beverages is actually one of nature's most effective weed elimination systems. And here's where I'm going to say something that might shock you. Most gardeners completely misunderstand mint. They complain about it. They try to contain it. But here's the truth. Mint's notorious reputation for aggressive spreading is actually its greatest asset for weed control. While other gardeners complain about mint's invasive tendencies, savvy senior gardeners like us harness that incredible expansion energy to our advantage. Mint spreads through underground runners called rhizomes that extend faster than wildfire. These runners establish such a comprehensive network beneath the soil surface that weed seeds cannot find space to establish themselves. It's like maintaining an underground patrol system working continuously. This is where mint becomes absolutely brilliant for practical gardeners. It serves double duty. While aggressively eliminating weeds, you're simultaneously harvesting fresh herbs for cooking, beverages, and natural pest deterrents. But let me share a professional tip that prevents mint from becoming problematic. Plant it in containers or install buried barriers to direct its enthusiasm. I recommend using large bottomless containers buried at ground level. The mint believes it has freedom to roam, but you're actually channeling its energy precisely where you want it. The fragrance alone justifies growing mint. Simply brushing against the foliage releases that incredible fresh scent. And the variety options? Spearmint, peppermint, chocolate mint, apple mint. Each brings unique fragrance and flavor profiles while maintaining that same aggressive weed-suppressing nature. Plant number 5, Daylilies, the spectacular suppressors. Our fifth plant is going to make you fall completely in love with beautiful weed prevention. Daylilies. These aren't merely flowers, my friends. They're horticultural celebrities that happen to excel at crowd control. Those magnificent trumpet-shaped blooms in brilliant oranges, sunny yellows, deep reds, and soft pinks aren't just visually stunning. They're supported by one of nature's most effective weed suppression systems. The secret weapon that makes daylilies absolutely unstoppable lies beneath the surface. Below those spectacular flowers exists a dense network of thick, fleshy roots that spread outward, creating an impenetrable underground barrier. Weeds simply cannot compete with the established root system of mature daylily clumps. But daylilies' foliage provides additional weed-fighting power. Those long arching leaves create such thick canopy coverage that they block sunlight from reaching the soil below. Here's something that will make your gardener's heart absolutely sing. Each individual flower blooms for just one day, which explains their name. But the magic lies in the incredible bud production. Each plant generates so many buds that you enjoy continuous blooming for weeks or even months. Daylilies are remarkably tough performers. They laugh at heat, drought, poor soil conditions, and neglect. They're the type of plants that make you appear like a gardening expert even if you forget watering for extended periods. The most beautiful aspect of daylilies is how they improve with maturity. As clumps age and expand, they become even more effective at weed prevention. When they become crowded, you can divide them to share with friends or extend your weed-free zones. Plant number 6. Hostas, the shade specialists. Here we arrive at our 6th plant. Hostas. You know those frustrating areas in your garden where nothing seems to thrive except weeds? Those spots under mature trees, along north-facing walls, or in building shadows. Prepare to rediscover love for those spaces, because Hostas will transform your biggest garden challenges into stunning weed-free showcases. Hostas function like nature's professional carpet installers. Those magnificent leaves, from tiny miniatures to giant specimens with leaves larger than serving platters, create such dense coverage that weeds don't even attempt sprouting underneath. What makes Hostas absolutely brilliant weed fighters is their broad, overlapping leaf system. I call it a living umbrella network. These leaves efficiently block sunlight, keeping soil beneath cool, moist, and completely unsuitable for weed seed germination. The color variations are breathtaking. Deep forest greens, chartreuse yellows that practically illuminate shade, blue-greens that appear fairy tale magical, and stunning variegated patterns with white, cream, or yellow edges. What you'll absolutely love about Hostas is their incredible ease of care. Simply plant them in shady locations, provide regular watering, and watch them develop into magnificent clumps that become more impressive each year. No fussing, no special treatments, no complicated maintenance routines. Many varieties produce elegant spikes of white or lavender flowers in summer, adding sweet fragrance that attracts hummingbirds and butterflies. Plant number 7. Ferns, the ancient experts. Now for our final plant, number 7. Ferns. These ancient beauties have spent over 300 million years perfecting weed suppression techniques, and they're ready to bring that prehistoric expertise to your contemporary garden. Ferns represent incredible weed fighters because they mastered creating the most efficient ground coverage systems on Earth. Those delicate-appearing fronds aren't just beautiful. They're strategic masterpieces that form dense colonies, completely dominating their growing space. The secret weapon making ferns unstoppable is their root systems, which create what botanists call rhizome networks. These underground stems spread horizontally, sending up new fronds wherever they travel, creating ever-expanding carpets of lush greenery. The beauty of ferns is absolutely breathtaking. Those feathery architectural fronds create texture and movement unmatched by any other plants. When gentle breezes move through fern gardens, it's like watching living, breathing artwork. Ferns offer incredible diversity. Christmas ferns remain evergreen throughout winter. Japanese painted ferns display silvery fronds that practically glow in shaded areas. Royal ferns grow tall and majestic, creating dramatic focal points while eliminating weeds. What makes ferns perfect for us practical senior gardeners is their remarkable adaptability. Most varieties thrive in moist shade, but many tolerate dry conditions once established. They're deer-resistant, require minimal maintenance, and actually become more beautiful as they mature and spread. Your weed-free garden transformation awaits. There you have it, my fellow smart senior gardeners. 7 extraordinary plants that will completely revolutionize your relationship with garden weeds. These aren't just attractive additions to your landscape. They're your personal army of weed-fighting warriors, operating around the clock to keep your outdoor spaces beautiful and maintenance-free. Instead of spending precious time and energy battling weeds, wouldn't you rather be relaxing in your gorgeous, fragrant garden, surrounded by the colors and textures of lavender, sweet alyssum, creeping jenny, mint, daylilies, hostas, and ferns? These plants prove something the garden industry doesn't always want you to know. You don't have to choose between having a stunning garden and having an easy care garden. You can absolutely have both. The most beautiful aspect is that every single one of these plants becomes more gorgeous and more effective at weed prevention as they mature. You're not just solving this year's weed problems. You're creating long-term solutions that improve with each passing season. Which of these 7 weed-fighting champions excites you most for your garden? Leave a comment below, and let's celebrate the amazing garden transformations you're about to create. If you found these plant secrets as exciting as I do, you absolutely must subscribe to Smart Senior Gardeners right now. We are building an incredible community of wise gardeners who believe gardening should bring joy, not stress. Hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. Don't let another season pass struggling with weeds when these incredible plants are ready to handle the hard work for you. Your garden and your back will thank you. Until next time, keep growing, keep discovering, and keep enjoying the wonderful world of Smart Senior Gardening. See you in the next video.